Hello Bulldogs, this is Kyle Carlson.
And I'm Margaret Maurer.
Welcome to your BNN News Show. This week we'll be showing you more on Girls STEM Night,
the Battle of Shields basketball game,
National Honor Society induction ceremony,
and swim and dive conditioning. All this and more on your Bulldog News Network.
On October 19th, Columbus North senior Addison Justice conducted a student training for her senior project. This was sponsored by the organization Stop the Bleed. The instruction taught participants about proper wound packing and tourniquet application. BNN reporter Mary Jane Rojas sat down with Addison Justice to learn more about her senior project.
BNN sat down with senior Addison Justice to talk about her senior project.
I'm Addison Justice and I'm a senior this year. My senior project was a Stop the Bleed training for students. I went to HOSA State last year and they were talking like these kits that are the Stop the Bleed kits, and Anna Singhal a couple years ago, she was going to raise money for these kits and place them in schools, but she actually moved before the end of her senior year. So like she had the money and she got the kits, but she never got to actually finish the project. So we had the kits, but like they're not doing any good. No one knows how to use them. So I did a student training so that we could do that.
Addison discusses the challenges she faced in doing her project.
Talking about because this project, it's severe bleeding that you're supposed to be able to treat. And so they were created for gun violence, so talking about that was kind of hard to do in front of a bunch of teenagers. But they can also be used for other things, so it was kind of easy to dance around that, but that was probably the biggest challenge. I think it's pretty important for people to have this information because you don't always want to have to use it, but if that situation ever does happen to you, it's pretty important that you know how to buy time for the paramedics and how to possibly save someone's life.
This is Mary Jane Rojas reporting for BNN.
Girls basketball player Tessa Lomax hosted her senior project last Saturday, October 19th in the North Gymnasium. She organized a Columbus Police Department versus Columbus Fire Department basketball game, and all fans were asked to bring items to donate to Love Chapel. Here's Bryce Silcox to tell you more.
BNN sat down with senior Tessa Lomax to learn more about her senior project.
My name is Tessa Lomax and I'm a senior. My senior project is a Battle of the Shields basketball game, and it's between the Columbus Police Department and the Columbus Fire Department. And the price of admission was a donation, so every single time a person came in, they just donate shampoo, conditioner, toothbrushes, toothpaste, anything that they can donate. And since the Battle of the Shields really was just there wasn't a basketball game, but there was other events, so I decided to come up with a basketball game since the first time it's ever been done, so I thought it was a good idea.
Tessa then explains why she chose this project.
I picked this project because they told us to do something that we're passionate about, and I'm passionate about the game of basketball. My favorite part of the project was watching them because some of them aren't necessarily the most athletic, but it was fun to watch because they had a good time. A lot of them were quite a few characters out there. They were pretty funny. They're goofing around. They're having fun. We raised $117 for the Love Chapel, but the crowd was pretty good. We had a good turnout.
This is Bryce Silcox reporting for BNN.
The National Honor Society recognized many juniors that qualified to join NHS during the annual induction ceremony on Wednesday, October 23rd in the auditorium. Students must have at least a 10.0 GPA, as well as being an active member of the community. BNN reporter Julia Eakin sat down with an inductee to learn more about their experience.
BNN spoke to junior Adeline Rush to hear about her induction into National Honor Society.
NHS is National Honor Society, and it's a group that students are admitted to for high academic grades. NHS admission is based on grade point average and leadership skills throughout the school. So you have to submit a form and state the service hours you've done and the leadership opportunities you've been given and how they affected you, and then it's decided whether or not you can join.
Junior Adeline Rush talks about her feelings when she was admitted into NHS.
I was pretty proud. I know my brother was in NHS, so I kind of knew like a bit what it was, but I wasn't completely sure. But I knew that it was based on high academics, so it felt nice to know that my hard work in school was paying off.
111 out of 487 students were inducted into National Honor Society. This makes up 23% of the total amount of juniors and seniors.
NHS allows you to get service hours, which can help with your senior project, and service hours can also just open up fields for volunteering for you. And when it comes to applying to colleges, then you can state all the service learning you've done through National Honor Society, which looks better on applications. I decided to join because, again, I was proud of my grades and the work I had been putting into them, so I figured it was a good way for them to pay off, and the service learning would definitely help, and I thought it would still be an enjoyable experience, just being able to do work in the community. NHS will impact me because I can say that I was in NHS on my college applications, and that can help me be considered for more competitive schools.
This is Julie Egan reporting for BNN.
Our boys and girls swim and dive teams have been preparing for another successful season by participating in several preseason workouts and practices. They have been working hard throughout the entire fall season. BNN sat down with a couple of members to learn more about their experience.
BNN sat down with a few members of the swimming and diving team to talk about preparation for this year's season.
Some things I've been doing to get ready for this season is start doing club, which has been helping because we do that before season and after season. I practice in the pool every day in the afternoon for 2 hours, and every morning on Mondays and Fridays we swim, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays we do lifting in the weight room. One thing I'm doing to prepare for this season that I didn't do last year is that I've been stretching and rolling and making sure that I'm at least the best healthy person that I can be.
We have weight training 3 times a week, and then we swim either 2 times a day or once a day. For like total practice a week, I think my coach said it's around 22 hours a week. We have swim practice every day, so that's kind of helped me prepare. We've been doing a lot of stretching and just kind of weight training, which helps just kind of get you ready.
Now the divers speak about how they have been getting prepared for this year's season.
So for this season, we've been doing club diving and stuff, so that's been new. And so I've been going these past months. I didn't go during the summer, but I'm going during the school year, and so I go 3 times a week, and I go and practice.
A few participants of the swimming and diving team talk about their goals for this year's season.
This season I want to accomplish a goal of making it to state and hopefully swimming in finals.
So a goal for me is that I would like to win the 500 at sectionals, which is in February.
So this season I want to try and be able to do my reverse dive, which is a whole category that I need to still get. And so hopefully this year I'll be able to achieve it.
The goal I want to accomplish is I want to try to make it to regionals, and maybe with my friends.
This is Jimena reporting for BNN.
That's it for today, Bulldogs. This is Kyle Carlson.
And I'm Margaret Maurer. Have a great weekend.